Hi, Amanda. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who are joining us or just listening in, this is Amanda. She's not only a new agent, but she's a new agent with EXP, which is really great. She's brand new all around. And we're going to chat a little bit about the 90-day boot camp that EXP offers, which is an amazing thing, I think. Amanda's going to get further into it. But overall, yes, good experience.
Absolutely. I had no idea what I was walking into, so I'm happy to help so that other people can kind of get an idea of what they're up for, but it was definitely helpful and I'm so happy I did it.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
you finished your real estate courses, and do you think you would be prepared to work in real estate with just the courses, or do you think this 90-day boot camp was like that extra push that was like, okay, I needed this to help?
Yeah, no, so I think that, okay, here's the thing. So you do your real estate courses. I did mine through Humber and they were great, but at the end of the day, they're giving you the information and I feel like they don't give you what you need to be prepared. Like in terms of actual real life experience, there's a lot of things that they don't teach you. Um, like you learn a lot of definitions and what does this mean and things like that, but they don't teach you things like building your brand and marketing and things like that that are super important in starting out in real estate. So I felt like when I was done Humber, it was like, okay, here's your real estate license, and then that was it. I kind of felt like I was hanging. So I didn't know what to expect from boot camp, but honestly, that's it. Boot camp teaches you exactly what you were missing from Humber. That's kind of the best way that I could put it.
Okay.
And I'm sure we'll get into it a little bit more, but
Yeah.
yeah, like all the pieces that you feel like you're missing after doing the real estate courses, I feel like they addressed in boot camp, which was amazing because now I feel like I'm prepared once I finished both, I
That's
guess.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel like extra little boost of knowledge past that. So
100%.
okay, so let's get into a few things. So, what's sort of like the top things that you well, maybe give us a course overview of the boot camp,
Yep.
and then we'll maybe pick out some of your favorite things or things that you're like, okay, I really am so happy I learned this because of whatever. So,
Yeah. So boot camp, it's 12 weeks long. So it's every Thursday, 2 hours a day. And I really didn't know what to expect because I felt like with the Sims courses with Humber, it's very interactive and we did role playing and things like that. But I felt like the pieces I was missing was actually building my business, right? How do I go about that? Advertising, marketing, building my brand, those types of things. So boot camp, what they do is they bring in guest speakers every week. So every week it's a new guest speaker. And so it was actually really helpful because you're actually listening to agents in real life in the field. You're not just kind of role playing with other new people. So it was super helpful because they kind of would walk you through their journey. So this is how I started out. This is kind of what has worked for me, that type of thing. And you're getting people from all over Canada, which is neat as well. So yeah, so like I said earlier, some of the topics. So one week it might be focused on rapport building. So connecting with your buyers and your sellers. One week it might be marketing and branding. Building your database. There was I remember one week, one of the guest speakers dove kind of into KV Core a bit and how that has helped them. So that was super helpful as well. My favorite week that I did, I think it's week 11 out of 12. And that was solely focused on referrals. So obviously starting out in the business, I find for myself as a new agent, referrals is going to be your number one spot to get new clients, right? And things like that. So in week 11, and keep in mind, so every week for boot camp, there's at least 100 people in that session.
oh, wow.
They're big. There's lots of people. So for week 11, what they do is they actually break you out into breakout rooms. So you go and you get to meet kind of everybody who's in your class, that type of thing, and just talk to them about what their experiences are. And then at the end of the class, you fill in a form, you type in your information, and they send it out to everybody. So everybody in the class, and the sole focus is for referrals, right? So you're meeting people from all over. So now here I have a full list of referrals. Not only are you helping out your fellow colleagues, but you're getting people from all over Canada as well. So it's amazing.
Kickstarts your referral list.
100%. Yeah. Yeah. Cause I mean, realistically, coming in, right? Like you guys probably already have your go-to people. Like I'm sure, Michelle, you've got your go-to people, right? You know where people are, people know you, you're established. So coming in as a new agent, it's hard, right? So to help your other fellow new agents out, it's such a great, it was awesome. I felt so good after that week.
That's
So yeah, so that's kind of the gist of the course. Now, you start in at any week, so you don't have to start in at week one. It is 12 weeks. You just have to complete the 12 weeks. So
okay.
you might be jumping in at week 12 or week 6, wherever. But yeah, so it's different guest speakers every day. They kind of talk about they set in times for questions, so lots of engagement. People are always asking questions. And then the second piece to boot camp is that in Mind Flash, there's some courses that you have to complete. So things like the KV core training, the slope training, FinTrack, all those pieces. And then you have to send that in order to get your certificate as well.
Okay. So we end up doing like the FinTrack and the KV core and Sky. So we do those trainings anyway when you come on, but it's just the built into this program, which is amazing.
Yeah, and it's helpful because I feel like when you're onboarded and you come on, like for me as a new agent, it's overwhelming because there's so many things you have to complete. So I'm a checklist person. That's how I keep myself organized. So I liked because they give you an Excel sheet, which is a checklist essentially, right? So here's the checklist of all these courses you need to get done. So maybe if you've missed some of those pieces when you're onboarding and that type of thing, you're getting all your training done, which is good. So and they also, even on the Excel sheet, they give you a spot for like listing appointments and things like that, where you can kind of, for your first couple listings, keep track of that. So that's neat as well.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So they
Yeah.
really give you the info and the tools as an entrepreneur and not just as a real estate agent.
Yeah. And so the other piece now, I had already had a mentor coming into this, but they do set people up with mentors as well. Like if you don't have one, then they will set you up with somebody. So that's helpful as well. But I came onto this team right
Yeah.
from the get-go. So I didn't really need to explore that there. And there's Facebook groups, like there's so much support, and that's exactly what I needed when I was jumping in, right? Because I mean, I knew nothing jumping into this. And like I said, Humber, I mean, you get the facts and the knowledge that you need to know, but you don't really learn about building your business, which is exactly what Bootcamp did for me.
And that's the thing, coming in as a new agent, a lot of times people are just thrown into, just go and sell. And they don't actually put any focus on, the accounting stuff or the tax stuff or, tax remittance or databases like CRM or following up with people or events or any of these things. So it's really, I don't know, it sounds like you got a whole other wealth of knowledge that a lot of people are missing. Like it's an extra component, which is it's really cool that EXP offers this.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's even just little things too, right? Like Thursdays is when boot camp was held. So Thursday mornings. And I found that after each boot camp session, it's like I had this motivation. I was like, okay, what am I going to do today? Let's make a list for the week. Like you just feel motivated to get going. And it's the little things, like even just being able to listen to different experiences, like what are different agents doing to stay connected with their clients, right? Like how are they? And you just start learning different things, even just things like sending out birthday cards and things like that, right? That you're like, okay, like I really need to start making note of this. I need to be aware of who I'm working with, stay in contact with them. Like it was awesome. I really am happy because I mean, if I'm being completely honest, when I was done Humber and the courses, and then they're like, oh, you got to do this boot camp too. In my head, I'm like, oh, more school. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to do real estate. I want to jump in. But I was shocked. It didn't feel like school, I guess is how I could put it.
That's amazing. So now you're like motivated, you're ready to go, you're getting your systems in place and you're just ready to roll. And it's great because you're prepared with literally all the tools.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I almost wish that I could like go back and like do the boot camp again just to kind of miss the pieces that maybe I missed and the good thing is too is so 12 weeks They're very flexible too. So let's say 1 week you just can't make it work, you can't make it. Then what they do is they record all the sessions and you can go online and you can watch the full session so that you're not missing out. I liked to be there just because you feel like with the engagement, right? Like if you have any questions you can ask. But I mean, over the summer there was 1 week that I had to miss, and it was just nice because I could go online and just go watch the recording of it.
So I think you can just hop into the world and go into one of the classes at any given week, right?
yeah. Yep.
Okay. So even if you did miss a week, or a new agent wanted to just hop in here or there, or even maybe not a new agent, maybe an agent who's been in the business for like 4 years and
Mhm.
still is like maybe doesn't know what direction they're going in or doesn't have their systems in place, might be a good option for people to just hop into certain classes. So that's a cool option as well, which is nice. You can just hop in instead of just committing, I'm doing all of them. I can just watch one or two or hop in for all of them or whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll definitely go back in for sure. Just because I mean, there's so much information, right, being thrown at you. So I think that I would like to go, even just like, it'd be neat to go back even like a year from now, right, and see where I'm at now versus where I was when I started boot camp, and kind of see if I've used some of the tools that these speakers. Now, I don't know if they change out speakers and if kind of some of the weeks change up, but like I don't know how that works because I just kind of jumped right in and started. But yeah, I would definitely use this as a resource, even just moving forward, even though I've already completed it.
Right. Right. Well, this is awesome. I appreciate you taking the time and like going through the whole 90-day boot camp info session with me, and now I can share this with other people. So that's really great. So
Yeah.
any other little tidbits to add in?
I would just say don't be like, I don't know if intimidated is the right word, but I think coming out of Humber, especially as a new agent, you're tired, right? Like you've gone through all these courses and you're just tired and you're kind of sick of doing that online training and the online schooling. Honestly, it's nothing like those Humber courses or anything like that. It's super helpful, and it's really, really nice to get that real experience from real agents all across Canada. So just dive in and enjoy it because it's awesome.
That's awesome. Well, I want to say thank you so much for hopping on, and I appreciate you sharing this with everyone. All the new agents that'll be coming on, I'm going to share this with them. So much
Awesome.
appreciated. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks.
Take care.